Oh, hi there. Didn't see you there. I was just busy admiring my prismatic Beatrice. So today's video is going to be one of the quicker videos I've ever made, considering I don't really have to do any deck building at all. So as you guys probably know, yesterday Konami released a brand new box for Duel Links, and as part of that box, we got given a brand new card for Burning Abyss. You know, the archetype played by that guy who posts the haha funnies on Twitter. Now don't be fooled by the fact we just got one singular card, as we didn't just get any card for Burning Abyss. We got the entire deck's waifu.
Can we finally stop asking questions about how the 7-year-old, almost 8-year-old deck works?
So here's today's deck list. Now just a reminder before I go through the deck list, apparently only about 30% of the people that watch my stuff are actually subscribed to the channel. That means 70% of the people watching right now aren't subscribed. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, want to see more content like this, or you just happen to be a regular around here and haven't subscribed yet, please do consider hitting that subscribe button down below. That way you won't miss an upload, and you can boost my fragile ego with more internet points. Alright, so honestly there isn't really a whole lot for me to talk about with today's deck list, as it's basically just your stock standard Burning Abyss stuff you have seen before with the same trap cards, same kind of core cards. Nothing's really different, except for the brand new addition of Beatrice, which is, you know, prismatic Beatrice. Now this card is normally summoned with 2 level 6 monsters, but in Burning Abyss, you can simply summon it by discarding one Burning Abyss monster from your hand, and then use one Dante monster on the field as its single material. Now keep in mind when summoning it via this method, you won't be able to use its main effect during the turn you summoned it. So this card's effect is pretty damn simple. Basically, once per turn during either player's turn, you detach one Exceed material from this card to send one card from your deck to the graveyard. Now this effect is obviously insane in Burning Abyss, since it allows you to send Farfas to the grave to banish stuff, it allows you to send this dude to the grave to negate stuff, it can even send this guy to the grave to simply special summon stuff back from the graveyard. So obviously a pretty damn insane effect considering you can do all these things during your opponent's turn. Even its second effect is pretty damn insane. Basically, if this card's destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can simply special summon one Burning Abyss monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. That includes Dante, or even your Synchro monster. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the decklist portion of the video. The rest of the video will be gameplay with commentary showcasing the decklist in action, and without further ado, let's get into it. So today I have 4 replays to show you guys, all of which we're trying to showcase Beatrice the most, so there isn't really any non-Beatrice gameplays in here, as you guys have already seen Burning Abyss stuff before, so I just want to showcase the brand new card and show off how strong this damn card is. Also, if you guys are curious as to what this deck's win rate was, it was obviously pretty damn insane, but I don't need to tell you guys that. This is just Burning Abyss but stronger, and Burning Abyss is already a really strong archetype in Duel Links, so it just got stronger. Alright. So first thing we're going to do is special summon our Farfa, then we're going to normal summon our Rhino. Now very important in this deck is you want to make sure you keep a Burning Abyss in hand, as you need a Burning Abyss in hand to summon out your Beatrice. Hence also why you'll notice that in most deck lists they're running less trap cards, because you want to open more Burning Abysses now. Alright, gonna Exceed summon straight into our Dante, milling 3, sending the card and summoning out Beatrice. Now keep in mind, it's also a very good idea to try to put your Farfas below your Beatrice, because if you do that, it means you won't have to send them from deck to the graveyard to remove, using her effect, and that frees up you, allowing you to send things like Scarm from deck to graveyard instead. Alright. Scarm during end phase searching for a tour guide. Oh, also another very important thing with this deck list, keep in mind that Beatrice isn't actually got Burning Abyss in the name, meaning all your Burning Abysses will just implode upon seeing her. I mean, I don't blame them. But basically, when you summon out any of your Burning Abysses, because Beatrice has a different name, your Burning Abysses, if you control a monster that isn't a Burning Abyss, will just destroy themselves. Meaning cards like Tour Guide and your Rhinos become infinitely more important. Because obviously Rhino, it stops your Burning Abysses from destroying themselves, and your Tour Guide negates the effect of the Burning Abyss you summon, so it won't implode. So keep that in mind. So Cosmic Cyclone, removing my Ballista Squad. And searching for a Yusenju. Summons Karma, we're going to use our Beatrice to detach the Farfa. Sending a Scarm as well. And now we can remove the annoying Yusenju that could have been a bit annoying to our health. A bit annoying to our life points. Alright, for some reason he then exceeds into a Rebellion Exceeds Dragon and swings into my monster. Not really sure on this play, buddy, but good on ya. Destroys my Beatrice with summons, or with special summons out a Then it summons out a Virgil straight from the extra deck, and because we sent Dante to the graveyard, it also adds a card back to hand. And then obviously Scarm during the end phase searches for a card. Alright. Now we can activate our Virgil to return one of his trap cards back into the deck. Activate Farfa's effect to then banish a card. Then activate Mind of the Plana, which sends cards that are banished basically into the Shadow Realm. Meaning we can now summon our Tour Guide, special summon a card straight from the deck, and XC summon, and from there he must have just had baiting back row or something. Alright, game 2. Yeah, this deck list is certainly gotten a lot stronger. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing some PK Fire decks in tournaments. I'm not really sure you'd see any pure Burning Abyss decks. That's just the way I like to play the deck, because I like to play 20 card decks, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some PK Fire decks in tournaments coming up. Because Beatrice is an insane card. Alright, so this is a mirror match. Now this guy, I reckon, didn't really do a whole lot. I'm not really sure what this is for a starting play. I don't. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Either way, special summoned out a Farfa, special summoned another boy, and going into Dante. Dante milling 3 once again. Hitting a Farfa. Oh, sorry, I normal summoned Farfa at the start of the turn. Going straight into our Beatrice, Mind of the Plana, and popping his monster. End phase, gonna be searching for our Tour Guide. He does some Burning Abyss stuff. I instantly activate my Karma card, discarding a card, banishing his monster, and then using Rhino's effect to send my Scarm for later. He tries to do another special summon. We're gonna detach the boy Dante, and send a Farfa. Detaching Dante means we can add a card back to hand. In this case, I add another Farfa, and use the other one to banish a card on board. So we can't do any XC summoning. And then I proceed to miss lethal on the following turn. I think from here there was actually a definite lethal I had, but I'll let you guys spot the lethal using my deck list, so basically I decide to do some other stuff instead. I just decide I'm going to summon another Beatrice because I can. Using Tour Guide to make sure the Burning Abyss was negated so I can actually exceed some without it imploding on itself. Going to another Beatrice. Banishing his monster, and then for some reason swinging into the... rather than banishing the monster that doesn't summon something from the graveyard, I banished the other one for some reason. Either way. Alright, Karma card discarding to banish his monster. And swinging in for a bit more damage. Alright. So game number 3. Yeah, not really sure what that guy was doing. His third one was a bit sus. Surely he had something he could have done there. Maybe he wasn't running Beatrice yet or something. Either way. That was just a good showing of my deck, so I'm gonna show it off. Alright, and this guy was playing DDD. It was actually a pretty fun match, this one, actually. This really showcased some good Burning Abyss gameplay. So this man decided to summon normal stuff, pendulum summoning some big boys, very scary. Only one back row though. So I summon my Rhino, special summon my boy, and XC summon into Dante. For some reason he didn't turn my card face down at the start of the turn, which would have meant I couldn't summon any more Burning Abysses without them just imploding, but I guess he doesn't know that, so he Book and Moons my Dante instead. Because I probably would have just lost there if he'd done that, but either way. Thankfully, he didn't really have too much else after that. So XC summons out into his big DDD boy. Swings into my card, destroying my Dante. Dante adds a card back to hand, but the Farfa's going to get a nice little banish off. Oh, sorry, the Rhino's going to send the card to the graveyard so then I can special summon something back. And this dude's going to add a card during my end phase. So Rhino special summoning back the Dante. Adding back the Seer to hand. And sorry, not going to be adding a card during end phase because I added it to hand. I'm dumb. Either way. Scarm special summoning, then we're going to see summon straight into Dante. Dante going to send 3 cards, sending the Rhino. Activating this card's effect, which negates something, which doesn't really matter in this case. But sending it, importantly, sending a Seer, which special summons back my boy. Going straight into Beatrice, banishing a card on the board, activating Mind of the Plana, removing the card. And for some reason, I summoned this in attack position, so Very intelligent. Thankfully, these cards now start losing their scales, so we can't actually summon the card he searched for. Yeah, because he searches for a level 10 or whatever it was, level 8, so he can't even special summon. I guess he just kind of didn't know that, either way. Big brain opponent as well. Beatrice can be sending another Farfa, banishing a card, detaching the Dante to add a card back to hand. And from here, I think he was pretty donezo. Normal summon the Farfa, destroys itself at the side of Beatrice, and pops the card. So he was just, yeah, dead. Alright, final replay. Alright. So I forget what this guy was playing. Oh yeah, this is the Melodious. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen a Melodious player, but apparently they're still around. Alright. So I think he went first this time, he did. Pretty weakish start, a lot of back row, so... Has the all-important, though, Floodgate Trapper, which if you guys don't know, is a really nasty card against Burning Abyss. Because if we have a face down, it means if I try to summon out any of my Burning Abyss monsters, they just implode. So, Floodgate Trapper, very nasty. Thankfully, we had some extra trap cards this time, especially the Ballista Squad, which can clear out the monsters on board for us. For some reason, he has like nothing else either, so... Rather than doing that first though, we're just going to summon out our Fiendish and swing in. We couldn't really do anything on the previous turn anyway, because we still had so much back row set, it meant that we can't special summon our Burning Abysses from hand, because if you don't know, they can't special summon them if you have spell and trap cards, so... Alright, from Songstress Maestro, swapping it over, adding a card back to hand. We're not going to activate any of the back row yet, as I kind of want to activate them together, because if I activate them together, it means I can get a special summon effect from my Seer as well. Which is the goal, so... Songstress, going to go into his Bloom Diva. Karma Cart, sending a card to the graveyard, he lances it. We don't really care too much though, as we plan to banish it with the Farfa anyway that we just sent, so our monster's going to be protected. And like I said, using them together so we can get a special summon from Seer, bring back the Farfa. And from here, it's very, very easy. Summon out our Dante. Dante sending 3, Farfa banishing something. Normal summon Rhino, summon out the other guy, and we had lethal on board. So apparently I actually didn't summon Beatrice this turn, but, or this time, but it was still a fun little Burning Abyss gameplay anyway. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's replays. I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and hope to see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.